Hello students, now I will explain how to conduct an experiment using diode when it is forward biased mode. Okay, so in this experiment I am using a diode BY127 or IN4001 diode or IN14007 diode. Any diode you can use. So the experiment title is Experiment on Testing Diode for its working condition. So this we need to verify the diode condition in forward biased characteristic. Okay, so I will tell you what is biasing. Biasing is nothing but applying an external voltage. So you can apply external voltage with the help of the power supply, or you can apply external voltage with battery also. So you can do this experiment in your house also using your 9 volts battery. You can use. If you are using 9 volts battery, you have to use 10 kilo ohm pot in order to vary the voltage. So, or if you want to do this experiment in your laboratory, you can use your regular regulated power supply. So both the ways we can do. Today I will show you how to conduct this experiment using the regulated power supply. Okay, see the circuit diagram here. There is a variable power supply. This is called as regulated power supply. We need 1 kilo ohm resistor, that is carbon composition resistor, 1 ammeter. Either you can use analog ammeter or a digital ammeter. So I am using digital multimeter as an ammeter. In this is a diode BY127, or you can use BY127 or IN4001 or IN4007. Any diode you can use. And one more multimeter we need. So that multimeter we are making it as a digital voltmeter in order to read the voltage across the diode. And this is the tabular column. Okay. Now what is forward bias and what is reverse bias? Forward bias means you have to apply positive terminal of the supply to the anode and negative terminal of the supply to the cathode. See here, this is your diode. If you apply positive supply to the anode and negative supply to the cathode, the diode is said to be in forward biased mode. Diode is in forward biased mode. I told what is biased. Biased is applying an external voltage. Forward biased means applying positive voltage to anode and negative voltage to cathode. So in this forward biased mode, diode acts as a closed switch. It acts as a closed switch. So if you connect one resistor here, current starts flowing in this resistor with the help of this power supply, because in forward biased condition diode acts as a closed switch. If I connect the anode of the diode to the negative terminal of the battery and cathode of the diode to the positive terminal of the battery through one resistor, the diode is said to be reverse biased. Reverse biased. What is biased? Applying a external voltage. Why it is reverse? Negative is applied to anode and positive is applied to cathode. In reverse biased mode, diode acts as a open switch. Diode acts as a open switch. And if it is open switch, no current flows in the circuit. In forward biased mode, diode acts as a closed switch. So if it is closed switch, current flows in the circuit. If it is open switch, no current flows in the circuit. So in this session or in this experiment, I am explaining this circuit, that is diode in a forward biased mode. It means I am making the diode to work as a closed switch. Okay. So how the connections to be done? Positive terminal of the battery or the supply should be connected to one end of 1 kilo ohm resistor. Another end of 1 kilo ohm resistor should be connected to positive of ammeter. Negative of ammeter should be connected to anode of the diode. Cathode of the diode should be connected to negative power supply. And positive of the voltmeter should be connected to anode, and negative of the power supply, the digital multimeter or voltmeter should be connected to cathode of the diode. Okay. Now, when it acts as a closed switch, when this diode acts as a closed switch, at what applied voltage the diode becomes closed? Till that, why it is acting as a open switch? That we'll discuss with the help of the experiment now. So now we have to vary the supply voltage in terms of 0.1 volt, 0.2 volts, 0.3 volts, like this. We have to vary this voltage till the diode closes or till the diode acts as a closed switch. So for germanium diode, the diode becomes closed or it acts as a closed switch at 0.3 volts. For silicon diode, the diode becomes closed at 0.7 volts. So you need to understand this, students. At 0.7 volt for silicon diode, the diode is acting as a closed switch and current starts flowing from that point. And for germanium diode, at 0.3 volts, the diode acts as a closed switch. So this 0.3 volt or 0.7 volt is called as cut-in voltage, or we can also call as knee voltage. So let us check this knee voltage or cut-in voltage for the silicon diode. I have a silicon diode BY127. So now we will do the experiment. Students, now we are in lab to conduct this experiment. So this is power supply, breadboard, two digital multimeters I am using. One I am making it as ammeter and another one as voltmeter. Ammeter, you keep it in maximum range, that is 200 milliamps range, and voltmeter, keep it in 20 volts range. This is DC voltage, so keep the knob at 20 volts and ammeter in 200 milliamps. Okay. So before doing the connection, don't switch on the supply. First do the connection and after that you switch on the supply. Okay, see the circuit here. See the circuit. This one, the positive terminal of battery is connected to 1 kilo ohm. Let us connect it now. This is positive terminal of your power supply. I am connecting to 1 kilo ohm resistor on the breadboard. See, the connected point is to 1 kilo ohm, and circuit here. The other end of 1 kilo ohm is connected to positive terminal of ammeter. Positive terminal of ammeter. So other end of 1 kilo ohm is connected to positive of ammeter. This one I am making it as ammeter. So this is positive terminal. So connected to positive terminal of ammeter now. Okay. So positive terminal of ammeter, and negative terminal of ammeter goes to negative terminal of ammeter goes to anode of the diode, and cathode goes back to the supply. Okay. So negative terminal is going to anode of the diode, and there is a silver ring here. The silver ring indicates the cathode. You can see the silver ring. So it indicates the cathode, and from cathode I am giving it back to the power supply. So the connection is over. Now you can connect the voltmeter across the diode. Connect the voltmeter across the diode. Positive terminal of voltmeter to anode and negative terminal of voltmeter to cathode. Now I will connect. This is our voltmeter, and I will connect positive of voltmeter to the anode. This is anode. Okay. Positive terminal of voltmeter is connected to the anode and negative terminal of the voltmeter is connected to cathode. Now connection is completed. Now we'll switch on the supply. I'll switch on the supply. Now the supply is showing 0.0 volts. So I'll increase in steps of 0.1, 0.2 and 0.3 like that. So I'll increase the voltage to 0.1 volt. Now it is 0.1. So I'll write down the reading now. For 0.1 volt, the current reading is 0. You can see the current reading here. The current is showing 0. Voltage is 0.1. Now I'll increase my supply voltage to 0.2. 0.2. So you can see 0.2. Note down the reading. Current is 0 and voltage across the diode is 0.18. I'll write down here 0.18 and current is 0. Next I'll increase it to 0.3 and note down the voltage and current. Current is 0, voltage is 0.24, current is 0. Now I'll increase my supply to 0.4. Note down the reading. Current is 0 and voltage is 0.33. Current is 0. Okay. Now increase the voltage to 0.5. So again current is 0, voltage is 0.42. 0.42. Now I'll increase supply voltage to 0.6. 0.6. Current it is showing 0.1 milliamps. 0.1 milliamp. And voltage is 0.45. 0.45. Now the diode starts working. It started to conduct the current. Current is flowing the circuit up to supply voltage 0.6. No current. From supply voltage 0.6 voltage, current started flowing. It is 0.1. Now I'll increase to 0.7. Okay, 0.7. So the current is 0.2 and voltage I got as 0.47 only. 0.47. Now we'll increase the supply to 0.8. So what is the current? Current reading I am getting 0.2 and voltage is 0.8. Now I will increase the supply voltage to 0.9. So the current is 0.3 and voltage is 0.5. Now we will increase to 1 volt. Supply voltage to 1 volt. So the current is 0.3 and voltage is 0.51. And I will increase the supply voltage to 1.1. So what is the current? Current is 0.5 and voltage is 0.52. And increase the supply voltage to 1.2. Current is 0.5 and voltage is 0.52. I will increase the supply voltage to 1.3. Current is 0.6 and supply is 0.53. Another one reading I will take. I will increase the voltage to 2 volts. So for 2 volts it is current is 1.1 and voltage is 0.5 only. I will increase the voltage to 3 volts. Now I am increasing in steps of 1 volt. Earlier I was increasing in steps of points, 0.1, 0.2. Now I am increasing 3 volts. For 3 volts my maximum current I am getting 1.8 and voltage is 0.59. So in this way you can increase your voltage 3, 4, 5, 6, but you can observe the current reading, students. So you can see here I have written the current readings. So beginning the voltage is in steps of 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and after that I started increasing to 1, 1.1, 1.2. Earlier the current reading was 0, and after the breakdown voltage, current started flowing 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, but voltage remains same. So it is approximately remaining at 0.5 volts. So it means that the junction has breakdown and current is flowing. So from this we can understand the diode is working in a forward biased mode, students. So you can initially have to increase the voltage in steps of 0.1, 0.2 like that. So once it breaks down, you can increase the voltage in steps of 1, 2, 3, 4. Maximum you can take up to 4, 5 volts. So now the conduction is over. Now we will plot the graph. So the plotting of graph, we need a graph sheet. So we will draw the graph sheet. Now we will draw the graph by writing voltage on x-axis and current on y-axis. So this is a graph. So here I am writing 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 on x-axis, and on this x-axis I'll write voltage in volts. This is x-axis line, and here I'll draw y-axis line. So y-axis I'll write current in milliamps, i.e. in milliamps. Current in milliamps you should write. So for this we have to write a scale for the graph. Let us write scale. So for x-axis, what is the scale, and for y-axis what is the scale, we'll write now. Y-axis. Okay. For x-axis, see the readings here. Since I am taking voltage on x-axis, the readings are 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, like that it has come. So I have to make 1 unit is equal to 0.1 volts. This is called as 1 unit, or you can say 1 centimeters. You can write 1 centimeter is equal to 0.1 volts or 1 unit is equal to 0.1 volts. Both are same. So I'll write both. 1 unit is equal to 0.1 volts or 1 centimeter is equal to 0.1 volts. Then how to take the scale on y-axis? See the reading here. So on y-axis, since we are drawing current in milliamps, so current is coming like this, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 milliamps only. Let us take 1 centimeter is equal to 0.1 milliamps on y-axis. Okay. So I'll write here 1 unit is equal to 0.1 milliamps, or you can write 1 centimeter is equal to 0.1 milliamps. So both the types I have written here. Now I'll mark on y-axis. So this is 0.1 milliamp. Second unit is 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 milliamps, 1.5 milliamps, 1.6 milliamps, 1.7 milliamps, 1.8 milliamps, 1.9 milliamps, 2.0 milliamps. Okay, so you can write 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. If you have taken more number of readings, you can extend this. Or if your value is coming differently, according to that you take the scale. This is not the standard scale. So according to my readings, I am taking this scale. Now we'll mark the points. See the readings here. For 0.1, current is 0. 0.18, current is 0. Let us mark it. So for 0.1, current is 0. I'll cross here. For 0.18, between 0.1 and 0.2, there are 10 lines. So how to mark 0.18? After 0.1 line, solid line, count small 8 lines. So 8 line is coming here. This is 0.18. So the current reading is 0. Next reading, see here, 2 more readings we'll check. 0.240 and 0.330. Okay, 0.24. After 0.2, count 4 lines. This is 0.24. The current is 0. And 0.33. After 0.3, count 3 lines. This is 0.33. Current is 0. Again, check for other 2 readings. 0.42, 0.1. 0.47, 0.2. We'll draw this now. 0.42. After 0.4, second line. What is the current? 0.1. 0.1 is here. So for 0.42, current is 0.1 and 0.47, seventh line, current is 0.2. 0.47, current is 0.2. Okay. Next, check 2 more readings here. 0.5, current is 0.3. 0.52, current is 0.5. Okay. So for 0.5, current is 0.3. You go up here, I'll get 0.3 here. And for 0.52, after 0.5, count 2 lines. So you are getting 0.5 current. 0.5 is here, this line. So you mark this line. Next, see one more reading. 0.53, 0.6. Third line, current is 0.6. Okay. Next, 0.58, current is 1.1. Sudden rise in current. 0.58, current is 1.1. Where is 1.1? It is here. So 0.58, current is 1.1 milliamps. Next, check the reading. For 0.59, current is 1.8, further increased. Current is further increased just for 0.1 volt. So it is 1.8. Where is 1.8? It is here. 1.8. This point is 1.8. Last, what is the last reading? For 0.6, current is 2. 0.6 is this vertical line. Current is exactly 2 I am getting. So these many readings I have taken. You can take still more number of readings for 3 volts, 4 volts, up to 5, 6, 7 volts you can take. But the voltage remains almost constant, but current keeps on increases. So earlier the current increase in rate is very less. So after 0.58, sudden rise in current increases. That is in milliamps only. Now we'll join all the points from 0. From 0 you join the points. I am joining here. Join all the cross marks in this way. See, I got this line. Okay, so this characteristics is called as forward characteristics of a PN junction diode. Then how to get the cut-in voltage? You just check the vertical line. Where is exactly the straight line you check. And from that straight line, you just draw one dotted line. Okay, I am drawing one dotted line here. So I got it as 0.47 or 0.48 line I got. You mark this line, this point. So this point is called as knee voltage. K-N-E-E. Knee voltage or cut-in voltage or forward breakdown voltage. So what is the voltage I am getting? It is 0.48. So knee voltage is 0.48 voltage. So this is the breakdown voltage. After this voltage, current starts increases. current starts increases. So more current will flow in the circuit after 0.48. Up to 0.48, there is earlier it is very much approachable to zero. After near to 0.48, very small rise in current. After 0.48, more change in current is we can see in the graph. So, you can check in the readings also. From 0.47 current is increasing, 0.42, 0.47 current is increasing, 0.5 it is increasing. See here this point 0.58, so more current is flowing. So the current is flowing, but see the voltage is almost constant. Because of this only I am getting a straight line here. So up to 0.48, it is some slope I am getting. After that I am getting a vertical line. So this is the forward bias characteristics of a junction diode. Students, we completed the experiment and we verified the working condition of diode in forward biased mode. So very simple experiment. We need just one resistor, 1 kilo ohm resistor and one diode, either BY127 you can connect or IN4001 diode you can connect, and we need one single power supply and two multimeters, one to make it as voltmeter and one to make it as ammeter. So I also taught you how to draw the graph. So all of you try in your laboratory. I hope you enjoyed this experiment and learnt well. Thank you all.
Thank you students for watching this video. Thank you Ranganath sir for conducting the experiment on diode terminal identification. Thank you Shanta madam for conducting the experiment how to test diode for its working condition. Thank you Wajid sir for guiding us to develop this video. I thank you all the students for watching this video, and students, I hope that the contents are clear for you for this session. Thank you all.